Warning! This video blog or vlog could contain harsh opinions or foul language. If you do not appreciate said content or material, well, you could just fuck right off.
Greetings, internet people. RantingRamsay here. How are you all doing today? I'm not doing so badly, and today I decided to do something a little bit outside of my norm. I do have a rant on deck for you guys. I want to do a little bit more research. It'll probably come out tomorrow or the day after, which would be either Monday or Tuesday. I guess it'd be Monday the 5th or Tuesday the 6th. One of those 2 days. Anyway, what I decided to do for you guys today was just something a little bit of fun, because as some of you can tell or have told, or some of my older watchers, not older watchers, longer watchers, been watching me for a while, or who have recently discovered me and went back and watched older videos and whatnot, can tell that I own at least one cat. I actually own 2 cats, and just for fun, I decided to add a little cat appeal, because everybody knows that cat videos get views. And yeah, this is obviously not my motivation, but there have been comments in various videos from newer watchers and whatnot popping up, and there's actually interesting stories behind both of my kitties, and so I decided to start with this guy. Yep, you're gonna be a part of the video. Come here. This, his full name, come on, there you go, buddy, is Mr. Piccolo Daimo. Those of you familiar with the Dragon Ball Z series know that basically his name translates to the Demon King from another world, a combination of the Namekian language and Japanese. And this is Mr. Piccolo, and he's got a dirty nose because he just doesn't know how to eat wet food. He just buries his face in it and starts chewing. But the interesting story, okay, all right. The interesting story of how he became part of our family, as short and concise as I can possibly make it, is that he was found as a kitten that you could fit 2 of him in the palm of my hand. He was found as a kitten in the bottom of a trash can. In my previous video I did a long time ago called Evil Kitty, I got the story wrong. He was found in the bottom of a trash can by a sanitation worker, and my best friend at the time, his wife, worked for the city sanitation department as a dispatcher, and so when one of her drivers came home with this itty-bitty kitten, yeah, itty-bitty, look at the size of him now, itty-bitty, okay, alright, calm down, alright, okay, alright, no more holding Mr. Piccolo. Anyway, he was found at the bottom of a trash can by a sanitation worker, brought back to the office, and then subsequently brought home a couple of days later. I came over to my friend's house with my wife, just as a social visit. We're sitting around, and they're trying to bottle feed this kitten, Mr. Piccolo, who you just saw, who is now rolling around on the floor like, pay attention to me. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for that. Anyway, and they were trying to bottle feed him because he was obviously too young for solid food, and at one point in time, both my friend and his wife had to leave the room. My wife realized that they hadn't poked a hole in the nipple that they were trying to feed the cat through. She pulls a pin out of her purse, pokes the nipple through, starts feeding the cat, and while they're gone, looks at me and goes, "There is no fucking way I am going to leave this cat here." And so Mr. Piccolo Daimo became a part of our family. And that brings us to the other feline member of my household. And if you excuse me, I'm going to do a jump cut here because I have to go and grab him because he is more than likely sitting on his big fat lazy ass somewhere and I have to go find him. Be right back. Okay, we're back. And one thing I forgot to mention about Mr. Piccolo Daimo is that he is about 19 years old, or 19, retarded. He is about 9 years old and about 16 pounds heavy. And his quote-unquote little brother, they are not littermates, is about 2 years old and about 18 pounds. His name... Actually, you know what? Before I tell you his name, I'm going to tell you the story of how we got him. The band that I used to be a part of, the former guitarist and I, were still good friends, and even after the band dissolved and became pretty much defunct, he and I still hung out on a number of times and occasions, and he was living in a property that basically had like about 7 acres of just wetlands in their backyard. That there is, well, Ohio wetlands. It's not like a marsh or anything, but it's technically a wetland. And one day, into their backyard, came limping a little tiny fuzzy black ball of fluff that was walking on one of his paws like this. Like if this was the ground, instead of like a normal cat would put their paw like that, he was walking on his paw like this. And I went over there and one day just to hang out with my buddy, and they showed me this cat and they're like, can you give this cat a home? And my heart just broke and I wanted to, but I'm like, man, I can't just bring a cat home without my wife's approval, because I'm the type of person that if I'm going to take an animal into my home, it's going to the vet to get checkups and shots and dewormings and stuff like that. So I won't bring an animal into my home unless I can literally afford to care for it. And so I thought about it in my head and I was like, yeah, we could probably afford to take care of this animal and take him to the vet and do stuff like that. And so a day and a half, or I think it was 2 days later, I brought my wife over to the guy's place and showed her the cat, pretty much knowing, I mean, like, I knew at this point, as soon as she saw this adorable little ball of fluff, that it was going home with us. And it did. At the time, since we hadn't taken him to the vet yet, we weren't sure if it was a male or a female, and she said, well, let's name it Hello Kitty. You can imagine my disdain for that particular guy. I was like, okay, alright. If we're gonna go that route, we're gonna name it Hello Mongolian Kitty, as per the South Park reference. And she actually agreed to that. So we took the little black ball of fluff into our house, named him Hero Mongolian Kitty, HerroMongorianKitteh is his actual name at the vet, but we call him Mongo. And this is Mongo. Look at that massive, adorable ball of fluff. Like, just so you can get kind of a sense of how big this cat is. He is fucking huge. And he's not fat. He's not one of those big fat ass kitties. He's just big. And he doesn't care about anything. He is the complete and total opposite of Mr. Piccolo, who hates everyone and everything he's ever come into contact with. And yet I can sit here and do stuff like this with Mongo. Oh, he's dancing. Yeah, you know, and you know what? As soon as I let him go, he just sits right back down on my lap and lets me pet him. This cat is the epitome of I don't give a fuck. You think I care? Look at my face right now. You think I care? I don't give a shit. So those are my two kitties. Okay, so this is a pointless video. It serves no purpose other than to introduce you to the two animals that I have taken into my home and treated as my family. Say bye, Mongo. No? Okay. RantingRamsay. That is all.
Hey, did you get all that, man?
Douche.